Hey everyone, here is the critical appreciation of In Love by Kamala Das. This is a very famous poem by her, and the contents we'll cover in this poem today are about poet, then critical appreciation, and at last conclusion. Here we go with overview of Kamala Das. She was born on 31st March 1934 in Malabar district, Madras Presidency, British India, and died on 31st May 2009 at the age of 75 in Pune, Maharashtra, India. Her pen name is Madhavi Kutti and occupation is poet, novelist, short story writer. By genre, she wrote poetry, novel, short story, and memoirs. Notable works by Kamala Das are Ante Katha, My Story, The Descendants. Notable awards are Sahitya Akademi Awards, Asian World Prize, and Asian Poetry Prize, Kent Award, etc. So here is the critical appreciation of In Love by Kamala Das. These points we will cover one by one on each slide. First of all, here is In Love poem. See, you can pause this video and read the poem. It is actually very sensuous, and I am going to just let you know what is the critical appreciation of the poem mentioned here. So here is about the poet again. It is a descriptive, at last slide we have covered Kamala Das as overview of Kamala Das, but here I am going to let you know what she was actually. So Kamala Suraya, born as Kamala Das in her period was 1934 to 2009, also known as Madhavi Kutti, was an Indian English poet as well as a leading Malayalam author from Kerala, India. Her ever written in English under the name of Kamala Das is noted for the poems and explicit autobiography. She was marked as an iconoclast feminist writer in her generation because of her candid and honest but stark treatment of female sexuality devoid of any sense of guilt. She has been typecast as a confessional poet. She writes about sexual frustration and desire, of the suffocation of the arranged loveless marriage, of the futility of love, of the shame and sorrow of not finding love after repeated and desperate attempts, of the loneliness and neurosis that stalks women especially. Her literary caliber is so much attributed to her love poems that she is also known as Queen of Erotica. So here is the summary of the poem. The scorching heat of the day reminds the narrator, that is a woman, the compassionate or passionate kiss of her lover. She cannot consider it as an act of love but expression of lust on their part. Like a carnivorous plant, her lover tries to reach out for her to satisfy her unending lust. She meditates on the fact that there is no room or need for love where lust prevails. Even after realizing the crude reality, she ignores her poor, moody mind and negates her instinctive feelings and aversion for lust. Driven by unbridled sexual desire, they continue to engage themselves in enjoyment of physical pleasure deliberately. Now, in a solitary state, she watches the sleek crow in the morning. At night, she hears the hoarse cry of the corpse bearer. In a moonless night, she remains awake, wandering along the corridors. Some questions are glazed in her mind to uh, perturb her. They lead her to reconsider and contemplate on the vital aspect of their relationship. Even her own body of flesh and blood divulges the truth of it, but she is reluctant to accept it. That is, their relationship is solely based on lust, not pure love. This particular poem reminds us Shakespearean sonnet number 129, where the utterly disgusted poet recoils after the shameful waste of spirit in sexual love. The same concept of disillusionment, a baffled quest for love, and sad realization of reality can be observed in this poem also. So, hope you have understood what the summary is. Next is the theme. The prevalent themes of the poem are quest for love as well as identity, lust, self realization, explicit expression of female sexuality. Love is the main theme in the poem of Kamala Das, and all other themes are related with it. She confesses everything from her marriage to extramarital affairs. She considers physical love as a step for the realization of true love. For here, love is emotional come spiritual relationship. So these are the themes of the poem. Next is tone of the poem. Kamala Das has been regarded as a truly authentic feminine voice of power, dealing with conflict between passivity and rebellion against the male oriented universe. Kamala Das poems are preeminently poem of love which includes anguish and pain. So this is the tone actually. Pain is always there in Kamala Das's poem. Next is meter. This is a free verse poem. Firstly, I would like to know what is free verse. A free verse poem is a poem that does not rely on any particular form, meter, or rhyme scheme, yet still conveys powerful feelings and ideas. So, this is free verse. The poem written by Kamala Das, which is In Love, is written in free verse. Next is images used by the poet. Images are some things or images or picturization which is used in the poem that comes in front of our eyes whenever we read the poem. So in this poem there is images used like sexual interactions, heat, body or flesh, and death. So these are the images used in the poem. So thank you for now and bye to all.